Welcome everyone to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a story that is, honestly, nothing short of cinematic. We're looking at the life of a historical figure whose entire existence was a profound journey of ultimate sacrifice, absolute trust, and breathtaking miracles that quite literally shaped history. We're talking, of course, about Prophet Ismail, peace be upon him. His story isn't just some ancient history. It's a timeless blueprint for resilience, faith, and the sheer power of divine submission.
Okay, let's dive into this. What kind of legacy is actually built on ultimate sacrifice and unwavering trust? It's a powerful thought, right? Well, in this explainer, we're going to explore exactly that. We aren't just going to recount the famous miracles you're probably already familiar with. We're going to uncover the profound, everyday wisdom, the impeccable character, and the enduring lineage of Prophet Ismail that continues to impact billions of people today.
Section 1. Journey of Great Miracles.
Before we get into the lesser-known wisdom of his adult life, we really have to ground ourselves in those early years. We can view his life through three monumental phases. First up, in his infancy, we have the flowing of Zamzam. Picture this incredible cinematic scene, a completely barren, waterless, desolate valley in Mecca. Baby Ismail is left there with his mother, Hajar. And out of nowhere, from the mere friction of his tiny heels against the dry earth, a miraculous spring erupts, a spring that's still quenching the thirst of millions to this very day. Then, in his youth, we see the building of the Kaaba, father and son working side by side, raising the physical foundations of the very first house of worship on earth, humbly praying for their service to be accepted. And finally, the ultimate test, that monumental trial of sacrifice in his adulthood.
And speaking of that trial, just consider his response. Do as commanded, you will find me among the patient. This was Ismail's response when his father, Prophet Ibrahim, revealed his divine dream of sacrificing him. I mean, just imagine the absolute gravity of that moment. There's no panic, there's no rebellion. There is just pure, incredible steadfastness and total surrender. It is literally spine-chilling bravery at its finest.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is our shift to Section 2, the secret of the doorstep.
Moving away from those grand global miracles, this brings us into something much warmer and far more intimate. Here's the story. Prophet Ibrahim traveled all the way from Syria to Mecca to check on his son. But when he arrived, Ismail was actually away working. Ibrahim was greeted by Ismail's first wife, who, instead of showing hospitality to a traveler, just complained bitterly about their hardships and living conditions. Before leaving, Ibrahim didn't scold her directly. Instead, he left this brilliant, kind of cryptic message for his son. Tell your husband to change the doorstep of his house.
When Ismail returned and heard this message, his immense wisdom immediately shone through. He understood his father's metaphor perfectly. The doorstep represented his wife. His first wife was characterized by her lack of gratitude and constant complaining. Taking his father's wise counsel, Ismail respectfully separated from her and later married a second wife, who was welcoming, cheerful, and deeply grateful. This brilliantly highlights a massive life lesson for all of us, right? A grateful spouse and a positive character can literally change the trajectory of your destiny. And this brilliantly illustrates our next section, Sadiq ul-Wad, true promise.
You see, Ismail wasn't just a passive participant in miracles, he was a man of phenomenal personal character. We see this in a beautiful verse from Surah Maryam, and mentioned in the book, Ishmael. Indeed, he was true to his promise. Why this specific title? Well, because that promise he made as a young man, the promise to be found among the patient during the terrifying trial of sacrifice, was a promise he kept absolutely flawlessly. But it wasn't just about that one single moment. He upheld truth, patience, and unwavering commitment at every single stage of his life, making his character a true historical benchmark for integrity.
Which brings us to Section 4, Noble Lineage and Great Legacy. Let's move to and see how this builds from his personal character. We now need to zoom out to his grand historical impact. What started as a small, isolated family placed in a completely barren valley grew into something monumental. From Prophet Ibrahim down to Prophet Ismail, the lineage expands beautifully to the tribes of Jurhum and Adnan. Through this, Ismail became known as Abu al-Arabs, the ancestor of the Arabs. And the most magnificent part of this whole progression, this is the very same blessed lineage that culminates in the final prophet, Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. So the crucial takeaway here is this. Prophet Ismail's life wasn't just a series of magical events in the distant past. It's an enduring legacy of patience, steadfastness, and the ultimate pursuit of divine pleasure. His story is a living beacon of light. when you face your own trials, when you're asked to be patient, or when you just need to cultivate gratitude in your own home. His virtues provide a direct, actionable blueprint for your own spiritual journey today. Which leaves us with this final, provocative thought. How will your gratitude and patience shape the legacy you leave behind for future generations? It's something we all need to deeply reflect on. If you found this explainer of Prophet Ismail's life inspiring, and if these insights helped you connect deeper with the history, please hit that like button, share this with your friends and family, and make sure to subscribe to Animated Quranic Tales for more faith-inspiring explainer content just like this one. Keep learning, keep reflecting, and we'll see you next time.